The concept of spirit, Geist in the original German, is one of Hegel's most ubiquitously used terms. Hegel's first major work, The Phenomenology of Spirit, is primarily about it. In German, Geist means both mind and what in English is generally understood by the word spirit. It is generally translated as spirit because the term is purposefully ambivalent in German, and more importantly, it is the case that for Hegel, mind has implications found in the term spirit in English. Disambiguating the term for translation gives the appearance of two separable and distinct concepts, and while this would be easier for a novice learner, it would also create a wrong impression of a distinction that is not in the original language. Mind. Spirit as mind, at least in the Anglophone world, largely implies what Hegel terms subjective spirit, that is, the individual phenomenal mind. But what is mind as such? Mind appears as the next step from the completion of nature's development in living organisms. Nature as a whole is the idea as self-externality. With the consummation of this ontologic, self-externality self-sublates into its opposite. The self-external, in being self-external, is revealed to be an infinite self-internality by achieving the reflection of self-externality. When self-externality is self-external to itself, it becomes self-internality, in that the internal is what is external to the external. Or put another way, the self-external is internal to itself in achieving its externality to itself. The basic abstract and immediate determinateness of mind is self-internality, which overcomes the externality or otherness of nature. Because mind is what contains self-externality, it is itself not possible to comprehend in spatial, temporal, or material terms. That is, mind is immaterial by necessity. Mind first involves the immediate internality of action found in the living soul, which is the process of biological beings bringing themselves to unity and maintaining that unity. In this, Hegel recapitulates Aristotle's theory of the kinds of souls, such as the nutritive soul and so on. From there follows the mind explicit as mind in the feeling soul. From there it develops into phenomenology, or what is commonly considered in standard philosophies as epistemology. Finally, mind is considered as cognition, as theoretical and practical. Community. In the Phenomenology of Spirit, Hegel first defines spirit as, quote, I that is a we, and we that is I, end quote. This definition comes in the section of self-consciousness and must be understood under that logical dynamic structure of recognition. In the system proper, the concern of spirit as community is taken up as objective mind. This is most thoroughly worked out in the philosophy of right and the philosophy of history. God. Spirit as God is the final and full concept of spirit, and it is only in the sense of the absolute that spirit is capitalized. God is mind both as the absolutely self-internal and also as the immaterial. God is spirit in that spirit has implications of subjectivity and life which mind does not have in English. God is also spirit as the I that is a we and the we that is an I. This communal necessity of God is the trinity of God's own personality. This sense of spirit as the absolute is what is developed by Hegel through the doctrines of absolute spirit in the Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences. Absolute spirit is determined as art, religion, and philosophy. Hegel explicitly states that the content of religion and philosophy is the same, but with a different form. Due to the unity of form and content proved in the science of logic, this cannot be the case in that the content and form of religion is still representational or picture thinking, and religion itself is tied to dogmas of revelation. This can be the case, however, in that both religion and philosophy express the highest reality, the absolute idea, the living individuality, the will, the personality, and the reigning sovereignty known in religion as God is true, and it is not a falsehood or fiction of finite minds. Philosophy as such removes the finite representational elements of God, that of the big human in the sky, that of the inhuman power beyond the noble and experiential reality, and no longer sets God as a being separate and against the world or human being. In philosophy, we know God to be dealing only with himself, and that the human is one with the divine process of absolute ideation.